So let's talk about Booker T. So the setup here was Booker T was talking about the triple threat match between Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, and Tiffany Stratton that they had on SmackDown. You remember I said it was a train wreck?
Yeah.
Well, he was breaking it down, but it was something he said during the breakdown of it that seemed to rattle some cages, if you will. So let's see what Booker T said that got everybody up in arms.
Best position to be comfortable in the ring, doing that kind of stuff. I think it's the most important thing there again, because you got an NIL,
Right here.
talent, Tiffany Stratton. You got, Jade Cargill, who's, pretty much just fresh off of her AEW run. And just think about that time in AEW for her. She probably didn't learn a whole lot because she was, no disrespect or anything, but she was just put on a wing and she really never got a chance to really wrestle anybody. Right. And then you got Nia Jax, who's been there, who's, of course going to feel like, man, I need to quarterback this thing. I feel like I know more than these girls, you know what I mean? So yeah, exactly my point. So it could have been a plethora of things, but you could tell there was a lot of miscommunication. And one thing about matches like that, the last thing that they're going to remember the only thing that they're going to remember is to finish. You know what I mean? So you got to get everybody to that point to where that finish can happen, and boom, it goes off, without a hitch. And,
okay, that's good.
And that didn't happen. That didn't happen in this match.
So did you catch it there?
What was he talking about? What was the question?
Oh, they were talking about like what went wrong with the match. So the build-up was he was saying pretty much Nia Jax is the most experienced person.
I got that, and then he said that was Jade Cargill in the match. I don't even fucking remember.
Yes, Jade Cargill was in the match.
Okay, yeah, he mentioned that she never wrestled anybody.
Yes, and that's what got people up in arms. So he said that Jade Cargill, she's pretty much fresh off of her AEW run. By the way, she's been in WWE like 2 years.
She was fucking tag champion.
She was, but she's been in WWE, I wouldn't say long enough, but she's been in WWE a while. Maybe if she would have went to the developmental in WWE, I don't think you can blame AEW for this one. Like, you've had her 2 years. Like, is she working during her off time to get better? Is she putting in the work, or is she just, posing and looking for movie roles?
So this is when Nia Jax was pinning Tiffany Stratton. I'm sorry, Stratton was pinning Nia Jax.
Yes.
And Nia Jax didn't kick out?
Yeah, that match. So there was another spot that I didn't mention. There was a spot where Nia Jax threw Jade Cargill into the steel steps. And I guess they were too close and she threw her too hard, and Cargill actually hit the steps and like gashed her head open.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So that, and then coupled with the pin at the end. I don't know if he was more so talking about the pin part, because what are you going to do? Now, I'm not a wrestler myself, so I can't really break down, but from what other wrestlers have seemed to say, Stevie Richards did a good job with it. Again, they were too close. She threw it too hard, but some of it was on Jade for not protecting herself.
My understanding is with stuff like that, they basically take their own bump.
Yes.
They don't really throw them. That's the illusion. So
yes, but this time she did throw her.
I would say the fault would be on Jax then. What are you doing really throwing somebody? You're supposed to guide her, then let her fucking determine how she wants to land into the steps. That way she doesn't fucking gash herself.
Yeah.
That way, if Cargill decides how she wants to bump onto the steps, she can make it look a hell of a lot better.
She could. That's also kind of what he was getting at, is like, you got Tiffany, he kind of buried Tiffany Stratton there too, but no one seemed to care about that part. Saying, oh, you got this NIL chick. Like, again, she's been on the roster for how long now? She's champion. I think we're past she's just an NIL chick. And then you got Jade Cargill, so they're both green as grass. So you have Nia Jax, who thinks she has to be the quarterback of the whole match.
That still doesn't excuse her from throwing Jade Cargill into the steel steps.
It doesn't. And it's also funny because, well, not funny, but it's funny in the fact that just the previous week she was talking about Jade can't wrestle. like, oh, she wishes she can wrestle like me, and then now you're essentially botching moves like that. So more ironic than funny, I guess.
Did we ever get an explanation as to why she didn't kick out or
From who?
anybody?
I mean, we didn't, but Charles Robinson was on the Chris Van Vliet show,
Mm-hmm.
and he mentioned, not for that specific spot, but he mentioned the fact that the refs are so scripted now that if they know it's not the end, it's already in their mind that they're going to pull the count. So then they can't just switch and count the 3 because of the botch happening.
Well, I want to know what happened with Nia Jax. Like, did she hit her head? Did she get confused?
It seemed like, yeah, she just missed the spot because she kicked out way after.
Maybe she mistimed it, or yeah, she miscounted.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been loud.
Like she didn't hear the first.
Hear
Yeah, she didn't hear the first smack.
yeah, because
Although the ref was still counting verbally.
well, I know sometimes I hear a 3 count, but it's a 2 count. It's like, oh, they didn't count the first count. But yeah, you hear the visual 1, 2, so that should help you as well. But Booker T, he did a couple weeks ago said he doesn't even watch AEW, so how would he know what Jade Cargill did in AEW if he didn't watch it?
She told him.
Oh, okay. All right, we got out of that one. But there you go. That's Booker T burying AEW for no reason. WWE
Right,
hasn't
that
really
changes
had
it.
time to, 2 years.
And they
Don't-
started off slow with her. The reason why she was tagged with Bianca is because she was so green. And they didn't want to put her in NXT because she looks so good.
Yeah, I was saying they didn't need to put her in NXT, but then you'd have to, I don't know, it's almost then like the Goldberg thing where you got to pretty much make him squash matches so he's not in there doing too much. And then you train
they
him
don't-
to,
They don't do
Mhm.
that.
yeah, she's over here having competitive matches and 20-minute matches.
That's a credit to Tony Khan then. Didn't he book her to do squash matches?
Yes.
So he knew that she sucked, and less time in the ring, the better. Now,
Yeah,
Triple
you wanna
H,
cover it up.
his ego's so fucking huge, he thinks he can turn her into fucking Vern Gagne or something. Oh, no, I can work on her.
Yeah, let me
She's
do
my
it.
project.
But I do have to question, like I said, is she really putting in the work? Or is she using this as like her stepping stone for movies and modeling and whatnot? Because it has been 2 years. Why are we not seeing the leaps and bound progress that we should be seeing? Tiffany Stratton's also been there. Well, I think she's been there a little bit longer, Tiffany Stratton.
What progress are you wanting to see from Jade Cargill?
I don't know. I'm good. I'm good with where she's at.
I don't
I'm just
understand
talking on his point.
her getting thrown into steel steps. I don't understand what her experience level has to do with that either.
Maybe she would have been able to combat that if she had more experience.
She's got a big Samoan throwing her into steel steps. I don't know if there's too much she can do.
But take it.
Yeah.
And again, these are the pros saying this stuff, so I just have to go by what they say.
I just know from what I've heard, they're supposed to kind of take their own bump on that stuff. So if Nia actually threw her, that she's the one at fault. I don't know why you would blame Jade Cargill for a Samoan lady throwing her into steel steps. Does not compute. And I don't understand how that's AEW's fault that Nia Jax threw Jade Cargill into steel steps.
Because, yeah, it's just throwing AEW under the bus for whatever reason.
For not watching them and not caring about them and wishing them a whole bunch of success, he sure does interject little shots.
Yeah, he takes jabs every chance he gets.
Yeah. And they're the plausible deniability jabs. Like, oh no, I was just talking about this. I wasn't really talking about AEW. And you know damn well we can all see it.
Yeah, usually when someone says, I don't mean to disrespect, something disrespectful is coming out.
Of course.